What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Maxey Media. Today I wanted to talk about one of my favorite teams, the 76ers. The 76ers have definitely had an up and down year to start. Maxey's looked great. VJ's looked great. Paul George, do I dare say, has looked great at times. And of course, our so-called leader, Joel Embiid, has also looked pretty good. The knee seems to not be bothering him as much. Knock on wood. But does this team actually have a chance for a serious playoff push? I'm going to put the standings somewhere on the screen here, and I'm going to kind of talk about it. If it's your first time viewing into my channel, I appreciate you. I talk about Philly sports in general, WWE stuff. So here are the official standing as January 29th. As you can see, Detroit and New York, they have a pretty good standing on the 1 and 2 seed. I wasn't expecting the Sixers to get anywhere close to the 2nd seed. But you can see them all the way on the bottom, the very last team in the playoffs to officially make it without the play-in tournament and stuff like that. But yeah, the Sixers are all the way at the bottom. They're about 4 games behind Cleveland from us potentially trying to jump ahead of them. Same with Toronto, about another 4 games. So in total, we're about 5 games behind from trying to get out of that last seed. And if you know anything about basketball, the 1st seed and 2nd seed, when they're rested, they have a huge advantage, and this is not where we want to be right now. So can the Sixers pull themselves out of this last wildcard spot? Can they keep a wildcard spot in general? I know I'm calling it a wildcard spot. That's football related, but you guys know what I mean. But can we stay relevant this year? And that completely depends on, I think, what's going on with all these trade rumors with Kelly Oubre. That depends on, how healthy the team can stay. Obviously, we're worried about that knee with Joel Embiid constantly. That's just been a factor the last 10 years with this team. Can Embiid stay healthy? Can a guy like Paul George even stay healthy? Maxey, VJ. If we get... Excuse me, I'm moving the camera here. If we get healthy enough, maybe a couple more pieces in the trade deadline, I think we got a chance here. An NBA Finals push here, but I'm just saying, we can still make the playoffs. Like, there's no reason why we can't. The next team below us is the Orlando Magic. They have 24 wins, so it's kind of neck and neck right now. We're about, I'd say about halfway through the season. That's why I wanted to talk about this. I'm also going to put out a Flyers video probably later in the week talking about them. Unfortunately, I don't think the Flyers are going to make the playoffs, but we're about 48 games in so far, and that's kind of like the halfway point. You kind of know where your team stands, right? Like Detroit, looking really good, 34-11, looking fantastic. I think everybody kind of knew that Detroit was going to be crap for a couple years. Their rebuild looks fantastic right now. They look like the true beast of the East. New York's kind of been in the mix the last 5 years. Boston, Toronto, so kind of really the same teams in the East for the last couple years. A team like the Bucks, they lost all their pieces. They're thinking about trading Giannis, which is crazy. So I don't think that Giannis is going to personally stay in the East. I don't think that the Bucks would keep him in the East, but I think it's all going to factor in, like I said, with the trade deadline and just how healthy our team goes down. If Embiid goes down by game 60, that really sucks. And like I said, I'm not expecting a full NBA Finals push, but I want to get into the playoffs. I want this team to make a run. We have all these young guys. If we decide to keep Kelly Oubre, VJ, Maxey, Paul George, you have the Paul George experience, you have the Embiid experience. Maxey's like the true unspoken leader, and VJ is just a beast in the paint. So we have a lot to learn about this team for the rest of the season, but I'm just trying to stay positive, and I think as long as we stay healthy, this team can make a pretty good push. But I appreciate you guys sticking around, hearing me ramble. I'm going to be completely honest with you, I haven't watched a lot of Sixers games in the last couple years. I don't let them really pull me in, per se. I've been more of a Phillies-Eagles guy my entire life. But if they manage to get in there, I will be the biggest cheerleader in the world. I will cheer them on. But we've seen a lot of heartbreaks the last couple years, right? The Raptors, Boston, the Hawks. You don't want to get fully drawn in. And I completely understand why some Phillies fans kind of push away the Sixers, push away the Flyers. But I got hope, man. So hopefully the next time I talk about the Sixers, it's good news, it's not bad news. But I appreciate you guys watching this video.